Hi, this is Terrence McDonald with the Jersey Journal, and we are here at Hudson Media Group Studios for the Jersey City Ward C City Council debate. We have all four candidates here with us tonight, and we're just going to get started. So we're going to start with opening statements, and first up is Janet Chevres.
Hi, hello, and I'd like to thank Hudson Media for hosting this event. My name is Janet Chevres, and I've lived in Ward C for over 25 years. 20 of those years I've lived in Ward C. I'm a proud mother of 4, and I work in a financial district where I've been there for over 16 years. I also I manage hundreds of employees in the financial institution that I work for. The reason that I'm running is because I do love Jersey City. I feel that Jersey City needs to be more affordable. We need more community policing, and we need recreations, we need parks and for our kids, and it needs to be all about the community.
All right, next up is John Hanasak.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Hanasak. Currently, I work for the Resident Response Center, where for many of you, I'm the face on the other side of that phone call. I know your issues, I know your concerns. I'm a married father of 2 boys, 6 and 8. I'm a former baseball coach in Lincoln Park, currently coaching baseball at Pershing Field. I'm a former board member at Liberty Humane Society, which is Jersey City's animal shelter. In much of my job history, I've been a manager of as many as 10 people at 2 locations, where I was responsible for policies, procedures, and I was the liaison between our department and our programmers when implementing new programs and any system updates. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and I hope that everyone watching enjoys the debate.
Okay, our third candidate is Rekha Nandwani.
Hi, I'm Rekha. I've lived in Jersey City for 18 years, all of those 18 years in Ward C. I have 2 children, I'm married, 2 and 12. The only reason I decided to run is because I believe we need a resident perspective at City Council. Currently, my older one is in the public school system. The second one's only 2 years old, so she's headed to the public school system. I'm a strong advocate of that. I believe Jersey City can work for all, including low-income, middle-income families, and for everyone here. I've advocated for parks, for safer streets, and I'm a resident homeowner as well. So I look forward to this election with a little over 40 days left. I hope we can hear even more concerns than the residents have expressed in the past 18 years. Thank you.
And last, we have our incumbent, Councilman Rich Bogiano.
All right. Hi, I'm Rich Borgiano. I'm the current councilperson from Journal Square. I've been very involved with the city for the last 4 years, and I've got a list of accomplishments I could read, from stopping the medical center from being taken away to CarePoint. I fought for the Greenville Yards. I've managed to get the red light cameras out of Jersey City through constant pressure on the administration and people down in South Jersey. I've fought for more police, as because we have to bring the force back up to 950 police officers. I've now currently in negotiations on the 2060 redevelopment plan in Journal Square, which we have to save our communities. I also want to see more greenery in Jersey City, and I want to see the city come back as a community. We have all these high rises going up, but we have to keep our communities here in Jersey City. Thank you.
Okay, our first question is going to be for Mr. Hanasak. It's going to be for all 4. We're going to start with Mr. Hanasak. What do you think the single most pressing issue is in Ward C, and how would you tackle that issue as a council person?
Right now, there's a lot going on in Journal Square. It's a little hard to pinpoint one because there's a lot of issues that are very important to different groups, but I would have to say development would be at the top of the list. We need to ensure that it's done right, it's done with community input, when it comes to any deviations or any zoning changes that any of these developers are looking for. Community needs to be part of that discussion. We need to make sure that we don't destroy any of the communities that they're looking to build in. Any development really needs to enhance the neighborhood as opposed to destroying any of the neighborhoods that we all live in. So I would have to say development would be at the top of the list, but there's a lot of close seconds there.
Okay, same question for Rekha Nandwani.
Thank you for the question, very important. There's a multitude of issues facing Jersey City. Primarily, I would say two of them I've heard over and over from residents. One is traffic safety and street safety. We've actually had a few children die just trying to go to school or come back from school, or parents have their minivans flipped over. So I'm looking to do more on that end because, you know, we don't need children to die to actually make changes. Other than that, the impeding development that keeps coming to Journal Square and Ward C, we need to do more on that end. We need to make sure that all development that comes in is more invested into the city. And I want to make sure that all the families that are here and all families that continue to come here find Jersey City a safe and affordable place to live in. It's going to be a challenge, but that's my priority. Thank you.
Rich, same question.
I would say probably the biggest issue right now in Journal Square is we have to have more affordable housing, and we have to preserve our community areas that are left. I watched Tours Avenue, the developers come in and tear down numerous houses. I watched them go to other streets, tearing down 1- and 2-family homes, and they're destroying the community atmosphere of this city here. I want to also say we have to build up our police force and bring back our motorcycle squad. The traffic out there is horrendous, and we do not really have a professional traffic squad here in Jersey City. We also have to do more to keep our streets clean. And one of the biggest problems in this city are the kids and people coming out of the schools just throwing bottles in the street, paper in the street, and just leaving it there. We have a lot to do, and we have to put more greenery into our areas, especially in the Journal Square area.
Okay, finally, Ms. Jebris, single most pressing issue in Ward C and how you would tackle that as a councilperson?
Thank you for the question. I would say also affordable housing. We know how expensive it is to live in Jersey City now. I would tackle it by opening up an affordable housing office where we can have an up-to-date listing of available units and caseworkers to work with the community to connect the tenants with the units within their price range. And there's the rent control, of course. We would like homes to be with 4 or more units, not to have them rent control, but that would be with when owners are not occupying the building. Thank you.
Okay, so the next question is going to be for the challengers. We're going to start with Rekha Nandwani. Can you explain to voters why you think that they should reject Councilman Boggiano's bid for a second term and vote for you instead?
Yes, so before I begin answering, there's going to be pushback on that one, but I'm going to speak my mind out. For the last 4 years, we've had progress, but we've not got what we actually hoped for. So we needed safer streets. We haven't got that. We've actually had a few children die. Children don't have to die. Parents like me don't have to go and advocate for number 6 to have a drop-off zone. That should be the job of people that are elected. I, as a resident advocate, shouldn't have to get involved to do those sorts of things. But we've been thrown at a point where we're advocating for ourselves most of the times. I'm not saying all the time, but majority of the times. So that is one issue that we have. People come around during election time when they need the votes. The community delivers the votes. But then what then? The 4 years, right? So whoever is elected needs to be there, involved completely, and not become a ghost figure. Because if you come around after 4 years, then you're going to get a lot of pushback. And not from me as a candidate, but from the community, from the residents. So it's not just one issue we have other issues too. Jersey City is not affordable anymore. There are a lot of seniors moving out. Councilman Boggiano, his voting record, 85% of the times he's voted yes on abatements. Out of 62 abatements, he's voted yes in 53. The only only affordable housing abatement for our ward, for Ward C. He was the only council person to vote no on. So I, as your council person, would make sure that if there's any opportunities for affordable housing, middle income housing, senior housing, we first give them a preference. Because you know what? These families are the ones that built up Jersey City, and I want to make sure that they're here while we're growing and we're spurring that growth. We can't just not give them that opportunity to expand with these new developments. My view on that is any new development that comes in needs to allocate a certain number of units towards seniors, towards middle income families, and allocate to that affordable housing trust fund. So that is the biggest concern we have right now. Besides that, there are smaller concerns from like city maintenance, we have a lot of quality of life issues. Specifically, the trees are never trimmed on time. So you look at a council person as the go-to person. So we've not got that in Ward C. We have a big void of quality of life issues, and the quality of life services are lacking. So for the current homeowner, every time it's like, okay, your taxes went up. Okay, your taxes stayed the same. Okay, your water bill went up. What happened to the city services, right? Why is there only few people in the tree cutting department? I have neighbors who want trees trimmed, and the trees are sitting on a list for 6 months. Why?
Okay.
Thank you.
Councilman, we'll give you a chance to respond, but let me
I'm
ask the
going
same
to
question
respond.
to the challenges you'll be able to. Reject Councilman Bogiano's bid for a second term and vote for you instead.
Well, I have to say that I feel that Ward C has been pretty much neglected, especially the area where I am. I feel that only certain areas in Ward C are being looked at and taken care of. I will be the person to actually, I want to walk the streets. I don't just want to walk the streets now that I'm trying to get elected. I will walk the streets even after that. It should be something that I feel that I need to have that relationship with the residents of Ward C and really see what is happening and what needs to be addressed, and take care of what I say I'm going to do. And we have many issues that have happened in that area that till this day, I'm still myself not a council person yet. I'm trying to resolve. So I just feel that there are a lot of things that were left fall through the cracks.
Okay, final challenger, John Hanasak. Why should voters reject Councilman Bogiano's re-election bid and vote for you instead?
Well, for all the issues that all of Ward C faces, pointing out the problems that we are facing is only one part of the equation. I feel I'm a consensus builder. I collaborate. I've established many good relationships with people in city departments as well as throughout all of Ward C, where we talk through the issues, we try to be realistic, but at the end of the day, the end game is to solve those problems. Whether it's on affordable housing. Affordable housing is kind of tricky because we can't force the hand of developers unless we start the discussion of abatements. And then when you start talking about abatements, then for some folks, that's a very bad word, I guess you could say. When it comes to other city services, when it comes to street safety, police may be part of the answer, but to be quite honest, citywide, we need to start really taking a look at street design, because street design really is the only way to consistently improve street safety for pedestrians, bicyclists, and cars all at the same time. Police really should only be a supplement to that, whereas if you change the street designs, that's more sustainable. When it comes to different departments having issues with their resources, I prefer to look at problems as more as puzzles and the proverbial glass half full, where just bring everyone to the table, let's talk it out, and I'm sure a lot of these folks, if you give them opportunity, folks that have been doing these jobs day in and day out, I'm sure they have great ideas to be able to move the city forward and to do it without spending money. I mean, any solutions that we start working for, first thought process needs to be without spending money. And then once we've exhausted all thoughts there, then we start, only then do we start looking at anything that's going to cost taxpayers money. So again, I think I could hedge very well on the fact that I enjoy working with others. I'm a collaborator, consensus builder, and at the end of the day, I think I could bring everyone to solutions for all of our problems.
Okay, Councilman, if there's anything on those answers you want to respond to, and also the question for you would be, can you explain to voters why you think you deserve a second term?
All right, very simple. First of all, when you called me and asked me for something, I took care of it. I'm in City Hall 5 days a week. You're probably, and you know that, Terrence, I'm probably the only council person that's there continuously. I've helped many senior citizens in the city. The problem right now is not Ward C. The problem is the attention of this administration has been only on Ward E and Ward F. The rest of the city has been let go, basically. But if you look at Journal Square, what's going on over the last year, it's fantastic. We have one building up. We're going to have another complex going up. We have many issues being solved. The traffic is a nightmare. Yes, I will agree to that. But that's not our fault. That's because we allowed the state to come in, close the Pulaski Skyway, close 139, close, the Bayonne Bridge. And nobody did anything about it. And I've said over the last 2 years, if Mayor Hague was mayor, none of this would have happened. Our problems are because nobody in this city up here has cared about what's going on in the communities. And we have to take our city back. I've been fighting with 2 other councilmen now, and I hope after this election we have 4 or 5 independents on the city council, because that's the only way we're going to save our communities, we're going to get our affordable housing, and we're going to clean up our streets. So let me tell you, I've been there, and you can call me down in City Hall. Terrence, you see me 5 days a week down there when I'm there. So.
Okay, next question. Plans for the 2-tower, 1 Journal Square project have received worldwide attention because of the project's connection to President Trump's son-in-law and advisor, Jared Kushner. The mayor in May announced that the administration would not support a 30-year tax break and $30 million in city-issued bonds that the developers requested for the project. If that deal came before you today, would you support it or oppose it, and why? And we're going to start with Councilman Boggiano.
First of all, I've said this for the last couple of months, and I went against the last 30-year abatements. No more 30-year abatements. I will go for abatement probably, not for 30 years, in Journal Square. We have to get Journal Square completed. We have to, I've been promised a supermarket, I've been promised quality stores, I've been promised restaurants, and we have to get it done. And the only way we're going to get it done is to have these other buildings built, as long as they stay within Journal Square confines. And the problem with these developers building these buildings is the Port Authority has to do something about the PATH trains. And so, tonight, down at City Hall, there's a planning board meeting, and I wish I was there, because the Port Authority is supposed to be there along with the FAA. They knocked down one of the buildings, 20 stories, and they're not doing anything. If you go over to New York, you have skyscrapers all over the place.
So the 30-year tax break for 1 Journal Square and the $30 million in city-issued bonds, would you
I will not,
vote for that or vote against it?
No, I will not vote for the 30-year tax abatement.
You would not vote for
No.
this? Okay.
And I've said that at the council meetings, Terrence. You were there.
Journal Square project at the completion, okay, of the project, but I would like to see what the final deal on the tax incentives looks like before I can agree on this. We need to balance the concerns of the neighborhood and taxpayers before we agree. On your question, with the 30 years? No.
So you would oppose it? You would oppose a 30-year tax rate that the developers had sought? Okay. Next, John Hennessy. Same question?
Well, based on the question, I really can't give you a yes or no answer. Really need to know all of the fine details. Journal Square needs a lot of things. Could definitely use the senior center. We definitely need more parks, community rooms, any other things that might benefit Journal Square, such as affordable housing, workforce housing, things like that. So without knowing all of the particulars, I mean, at the end of the day, the question is, does it really does the complete picture make sense for all of Ward C? If it does, then a 30-year tax break, I might vote yes. But the tax break, that into itself, just to allow them to build and as an incentive simply to build without giving anything back to the community, something like that, there's really no benefit for all of Ward C. So in that scenario, I'd have to say no.
So specifically for the One Journal Square project, the 30-year tax break and the $30 million in city-issued bonds that the mayor rejected, you don't know how you would vote on that today?
I would need to have more information before I'd be able to answer that question.
Okay, same question to Rinka Nandwani.
So before I answer your question, I need to just clarify that the supermarkets that have been asked and answered prior, I started that 5 years ago. The petitions dated 4 years back. I'll be happy to share with the media, Terrence. We petitioned a bunch of supermarkets, one of whom committed to a site downtown, and the site fell through. So we've gone back to the drawing board. Even traders, in fact, on 14th and Willow would have been due to my petition and in excess of 1,800 signatures.
Is this the supermarket related to this One
Yes,
Journal
sir.
Square
And we
project?
petitioned more because we feel that if Whole Foods does not understand that we really need this supermarket and we need it bad, because for the last 5 to 6 years, I personally give rights to residents to Edgewater. No one knows this, and this is the whole reason why we started that petition. Every week I give rights to a friend's friend, neighbor, because they need groceries, and they can't take the train to Manhattan, not all of them can. That is why we had that petition. There's a lot of moms and their families that need that food. So I hope this is the last time I'm sharing that. I'll be happy to share it with you. Now going back to the question of abatements, 30-year abatements.
Well, the question was specifically about the one for One Journal Square.
So
where
for
they
One
requested-
Journal Square, I haven't seen what's included for the community in it. We have a lot of needs, including that supermarket that I just mentioned, but blanket 30-year abatements are a deal breaker for the residents. Because homeowners like me, like John, like Janet, have to subsidize that. So if we're gonna subsidize that, we wouldn't know what's included for my neighbor, that senior that can't stay in our house anymore. I wanna know if there's green space included. But a blanket 30-year deal without knowing the details, I can't say yes or no. But I'm against blanket 30-year abatements.
Okay. Just a related and more general question, there have been numerous long-term tax abatements granted, a few 30 years in Journal Square. The Journal Square project got one, Free Journal Square got one. Do you think that council should halt long-term tax breaks, say anything over 10 years for Journal Square projects, or do you think that developers still need city subsidies in order to build in Ward C? And we're going to start with Janet Chevres.
Can you ask that question again, please?
Sure. Do you think that the council should halt long-term tax breaks for Journal Square projects? Or do you think that developers still need these city subsidies in order to build in Ward C?
I would have to say we still need, we need to build. We need to build. I wouldn't halt on it because building is necessary in Jersey City, but we go back to, the abatements. We don't want these 30-year abatements. So I would say yes, we would.
You're saying yes, you should stop, this council should stop
No.
granting long-term abatements, or no?
No,
They
no.
should continue.
They should continue.
Okay. Next, John Hanson, same question.
I will say council should consider it, but we also need to take into consideration we have hundreds of affordable housing units expiring over the next 4 years or so. So that needs to be part of the thought process too. With all of these affordable housing units expiring as far as prior tax breaks, to benefit all of Ward C, we may have to continue with the 30-year tax breaks. It all depends on the numbers and the merits of each individual project. Very well, you could have one project with giving us a solid 80-20 breakdown with of that 20%, maybe looking at 50 or 60 units or maybe even more. Something along those lines would benefit a lot of folks, whereas a project that only gives us maybe 6 or 7 units, something like that, may not be in the beneficial to all of Ward C. They may be giving green space. General Square is very short of green space. So we need to take that into consideration too. As I was saying before, we could definitely use the senior center, community rooms, things like that. There's a lot of things to consider before you sit there and say, yes, 30 years or no 30 years. And the whole idea of all of the affordable housing units, hundreds of affordable housing units expiring in the next 4 years, that is of great concern for myself and everyone that would be impacted for this, because with rents going sky high, with market rate apartments, that's pretty scary for a lot of folks.
So the answer is it depends on the project.
Each project would have to be looked at upon its own merits.
Okay, same question over right there. Number one.
So obviously, every project's different. But what I've heard consistently and what I know from, knocking over 3,500 doors, our residents need employment. So I have to look at also these projects if they're employing local employees, union employees, and what kind of jobs and other economic opportunities. Do they have retail activity downstairs that they can hire local from? Is there a company space that it's moving in, or it's primarily residential? So every project's different. But if the opportunities from that project are greater for the residents, specifically parks, we don't have green space in Ward C. Ward C lacks a lot of parks. And if we have parks, the maintenance, the schedules, I know they are weather related as per the DPW, they do a good job, but I want to see a transparent schedule of maintenance as a resident. We shouldn't take 10 years to redo Pershing Field Park for the little children's play area. So we're in need of a lot of things. And the third thing I want to touch upon is the homeless situation that we have around General Square. So we have to somehow come up with a fund. I know county has a fund. We have to come up with a fund from all these developments, hopefully, to start something to get together for a new shelter for these homeless people. And then see what the economic opportunities from each project are. If the economic opportunities are great to give a long-term abatement, then we have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. But there's no blanket yes and there's no blanket no.
Okay, Councilman Bogiano, same question. Long-term abatements, General Square, should they keep going or should the council stop granting them?
The only, as I said, I don't believe in the 30-year abatements anymore. I think 25, 20, but depending on what they're going to do. I've been dealing with the developers for the last 4 years. KRE gave us the plaza in back of General Square. It's a gorgeous plaza. We've had affairs there for the last month and a half. The Mullis project, when it's developed, is going to give us a park, it's going to give us a playground for the children, and going to give us a walkway in back of there where people have a spectacular view of New York City. I just met with the other developers who want to do 10 General Square. I met with them actually a month ago. They're going to redo the fountain. They're going to put a Second World War monument in there. They're going to put a small park in that area. The developers across the street, the same people, when the Jersey Journal building, are going to have a mini park in between the building, the facet of the Jersey Journal building. You go in, there's going to be a park in there for the people of Journal Square and the people of Ward C. We're working on parks. There's really no land around to have a park. It took me 2.5 years of fighting on the city council, and believe me, I fought to get Pershing Field Playground done. We have $800,000 sitting right now to do the track, and they're playing games with it. This has to stop. We've worried about Ward E and Ward F. Let's start worrying about Ward C, D, A, and B. They got to be taken care of, and it's time.
Okay, next question. With 5 luxury high-rises planned for the property surrounding the Path Hub, what measures do you see yourself introducing and supporting that would keep Ward C affordable for longtime residents and seniors? And we're going to start with John Hanson.
Well, any new project, if they're developing within the confines of the 2060 plan and the zoning, you're looking at not too much wiggle room to be able to get folks into any affordable housing. So again, this ties back to the tax breaks that we could offer any developers, creating any givebacks with affordable housing, working to see with those tax breaks if we can get workforce housing, affordable housing, things like that. So it really depends on what sort of tax break that these folks are looking for.
Okay, Rick and Nandwani, same question.
So all the new luxury high-rises that are coming in, first thing we need to factor in is the parking. Are they providing parking? If they're providing parking, I want to see that that parking space is included in that rent structure. Because I'm an elected committee person for the last 8 years. I and my committee person, Rami Aid, at that time, we got Laidlaw Lofts, which is a newer development then, on Laidlaw Avenue to kind of match up to parking spaces. But they got through the loophole because they're charging $200 per parking space. Now all the cars are on the street. So I would like to see that included in any new development if they have parking provided, period. The second thing, we need to have some accessible options, transit-wise. We need to see some, bike parking stations. Need to see some maybe zip car stations, so that we provide increased accessibility because Journal Square is a transit hub. So I want to see that incorporated. Aside from that, for seniors, there's a lot of seniors that are getting priced out of our city. Maybe we can get onto the drawing board with these developers and try to get them to at least start including some senior units in these buildings. Seniors really have lived here for a long time. They're everyone's parents, and we need to give back. We need to take care of them. I'm not willing to shut the door on them. So if we don't have money to build new senior housing facilities because they're just cost prohibitive, I would like to see something small at least start, because we have to start somewhere. So middle-income families, seniors, I would like to see some units in these new developments. And they can't come back at us and say, oh, it's a crime issue. Seniors are seniors. They just need, a safe place to live. That's my take on it.
How would you do that? How would you get a developer to put housing for seniors and middle-income families in their developments?
So right now there's a pilot program downtown, which Joyce Waterman rolled out for some building in downtown. So I know that's in the trial stage. So we need to think outside the box because these seniors really don't have enough facilities. They're on 10-year waiting lists. Some of them are not even able to apply for housing anymore, right? Okay. And then there's situations where the person who applied, got approved, died. Now his widow is now back on the chopping block looking for that housing unit. So I think if we just have a discussion with these developers and say, this is what our city needs parks too. We need other things too. So just like every other need, if we're willing to start that conversation, I think we can get to a solution. But if we don't acknowledge that we have that need, then we can't get started with that conversation. So I'm looking forward to have that conversation.
Councilman, same question.
Okay, the buildings that are going up in Journal Square, the problem that is being presented. These people are said, oh, they're going to come out of the building, go onto the path, and go to New York. Come back at night and go back into the buildings. Here's the problem. Path cannot handle the situation right now, handle all the commuters.
Hold on. I do have a path question, but the question was, how, with the luxury high-rises going up, how would you what measures would you introduce and support to keep the area affordable for seniors?
Well, this is it. Over the next several months, some of these, especially the one where the Jersey Journal building is, and 10 Journal Square, they're going to have to sit down with members of the city council and tell them, look, put in affordable housing into the buildings. Here's the problem with Jersey City, why we have affordable housing is getting scarce. We tore down Curry Woods, we tore down Montgomery projects, we tore down the Duncan projects, which were big buildings. Instead of renovating them and taking care of the problems that were there, We tore the buildings down. We had hundreds, probably thousands of apartments that were available that just had to be renovated, fixed up, solved the crime problem, and we had numerous housing for people. But what did we do? The city tore the housing down. And this is one of the reasons why we have such a shortage of affordable housing here in Jersey City. We have the senior citizens. I'm in negotiations now. We've had 3 meetings in Journal Square because everybody talks about the homeless in Journal Square, and nothing's being done with them. They're laying all over the streets in the lowies. You have to do something. They have to be taken out. They have to be given housing or put someplace where they can be treated for different sicknesses, alcoholism, drugs, and taken care of. But until we do that, the homeless problem is not going to be solved in Journal Square.
Okay, Janet Chevra, same question. What measures do you see yourself supporting and introducing as a councilwoman that would help keep Ward C affordable for longtime residents and seniors?
I think that's pretty simple. We just need to have some of those units in those buildings affordable enough for the people of Jersey City to be able to pay for them. It's simple as that. We need these buildings that they are building now are for the people that make a lot more money than some of the folks in Jersey City, Ward C, that cannot afford it. So it goes to having some of the units come back to the people of Ward C that are able to pay for it.
So you think the developers should be required to build affordable housing?
Absolutely.
Developments?
Absolutely. That should be incorporated on that contract.
Next question, we're going to start with Councilman Boggiano. You kind of started answering this already on your last answer, but how would you handle the homeless population of Journal Square?
All right. So as I said, we've been having meetings with the SID, the Port of Authority, and some city Catholic charities, and this place on Newark Avenue. And we want to do something positive because it's all talk, and nothing. They had a bus that picked up the people at night over on the other side by the Lowies. They would take them around the corner onto the Magnolia backside of the PATH terminal and let them out. They were supposed to be taken to Sea Caucus. We have to do something positive. Let's stop the rhetoric saying, you can't do anything with them. You can. We need the state, we need the county, and we need the federal government to start putting money into some sort of housing and treatment centers for these people. Otherwise, the problem is never going to be solved. It's a simple issue, but nobody wants to, everybody says, when we had one of the meetings, it was brought up that they said, well, what if they don't want to move? They don't want to leave the area. That's not the point. The point is that they're suffering in the winter, they're freezing in the winter. Make them move, take them, give them a warm place, give them food, give them medicine, and treat them. And this has to be done because Journal Square, when it gets developed, I think this issue is going to be a major issue in the future.
Okay, Janet Chevra, same question.
I see a lot of homelessness, not only in Journal Square, but also on Central Avenue, more than I ever have. We need to get everyone involved that we can possibly get. I have to say, as Rich said, the state, the city, we need to get the people of Jersey City involved. We have to open up space. We have to build for them to be able to afford somewhere to stay. We have to help them get independent. I mean, there's just so much that we would need to do to help these people. And it's doable. We can do it. We can help them. We can get more help in Jersey City. Like I said, it's sad to see all these homeless people sitting on benches, walking, the avenue. Let's get out some folks out there that will go and intervene, talk to them, pick them up, take them wherever they need to go. I know that sometimes it's difficult and they don't want to go anywhere. They prefer to stay where they are. They don't feel like they're loved. They don't feel that anyone cares. But I feel that if we walk around and we talk to them, and it's an ongoing thing, sooner or later we'll get through them.
Okay, John Hanasek, same question.
I would continue to support the Hudson County, where they have the Hudson County continuum of health care, where it's a provider of services with a single point of entry. And that's important. A single point of entry for all of the services that they could be eligible for all of our homeless individuals. The Office of Community Development has been working hard with all of the nonprofits in the area. One of the larger ones, Garden State Episcopal Community Development Corporation, where they've been doing outreach to all of the homeless to let them know what services are available, to continue to speak to them and little by little getting more people to accept the services. Last year, there's been almost $1 million that the city spent to provide these services. And with that funding, they were able to get approximately 1,500 homeless individuals into case management to be able to have these essentially life-changing services. So there's that, and also working with the different organizations, again with community development, to see what other grants that we can get to, again, get additional funding for the homeless to help them to get all of these life-changing services.
Great. Rika Nandwani, same question.
So thank you for this question. It was asked in the last debate. I look at this as more of a human problem that we have in Jersey City. And obviously we need humane solutions. So the first thing is I've spoken one-on-one to these homeless on various occasions. They feel that Journal Square currently is their safe space. They're not really comfortable with the current shelters out there. So we absolutely need to build a shelter for them. Now, whether we have the motivation for that or not, I'm motivated to doing that. And we need more funding to do that. So we have to go back to the drawing board. Currently, the county spends a lot of money, has a lot of money in a fund for the homeless. We need to see the allocations of that. We also need to see what the city spent in the last few years and see if there's a better way to reallocate that towards a safer shelter that will house the homeless, not just like take them in the night and release them in the morning. I understand there are a lot of liability issues. It's a human problem. They are Jersey City residents as well. So we need to look at this very holistically, and also from the healthcare standpoint, we need to make sure they're treated timely, proactively, because they are in a public space after all. So again, it's a human issue. We need to treat it very humanely, and they're all Jersey City friends and residents.
Great. Okay, thanks so much. We're going to take a brief intermission, give the candidates a little break, and we'll be back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and launch inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunley Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
Pen & Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen & Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunnelly Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunnelly Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunnelly Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
The Jersey City Medical Center, you know it for its award-winning life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to newportnj.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Pen & Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen & Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunnelly Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunnelly Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunley Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
Hi, welcome back to Hudson Media Group's Jersey City Ward C City Council debate. I'm Terrence McDonald with the Jersey Journal, and we have all 4 candidates for the Ward C Council seat here in the studio. And we're going to resume our questions, and this one is for Councilman Bogiano. Councilman, on a number of major issues over the last 4 years, moving city elections, limiting public speaking at council meetings, the mayor's lawsuit against the Port Authority, you have reversed your opinions, sometimes within hours of making your initial stance. Can you explain why voters shouldn't regard you as a flip-flopper?
Terrence, listen, I explained to you on that one issue. We're giving the paperwork on a Thursday night. You can't get any answers on Friday. Saturday, Sunday goes by. We go to the caucus meeting on Monday. They sit there and things aren't explained properly. Between Tuesday and Wednesday, when we come back to the council meeting, I speak to some lawyers, I speak to doctors, I speak to professional people and other politicians, and I find out what I'm being handed is not correct, and I change my mind. And I have every right to do that, because you have to do research on what we're doing. We get a packet of about 500 pages on a Thursday, and it's almost impossible to absorb it and to know everything that's going on. You have to constantly go over it. And that is why I changed my mind on some issues, Terrence. I'll approve some things maybe on a first reading, and a second reading, I find out it's not what I'm being told, and I change my mind. And I think I have every right, and anybody here who wins the council should do the same thing. And our problem today in City Hall is we have a yes council, and that has got to stop.
Okay. Next question is for Rekha Nandwani. Ms. Nandwani, you have not released campaign finance reports since January, even though New Jersey requires you to release them quarterly. Why should voters trust you to draft and approve local ordinances when you aren't following state election laws?
So thank you for this question, Terrence. And I will highlight the truths, most of which are very ugly and I don't speak about. So as a minority brown woman in this election, I want to make sure that gender and race are never an issue of anybody running for city council or any race. Right now, any business, any home that has my sign gets harassed. They go back, either my signs are taken down, people are pressured to put on another candidate's signs, or they're asked why are they supporting me. The only reason I haven't released those elect reports is because I know the minute I do, and believe me, we have to pay fines because we haven't, all those donors are going to be harassed as to why have they contributed to my campaign. And I promise you they will be released soon. We're just trying to protect everybody that has donated. No builders have donated to my campaign. I've had no big, huge projects that are here in Jersey City that have donated. It's all residents and small businesses. And if they put up a sign, they're being harassed. And this is 2017. I ask as a woman, as a minority candidate, why this harassment? Why the voter suppression? Why the supporter suppression? I'm an independent Democrat running for city council. I'm not running on the mayor's slate. I'm not running with Bill Mastakudis. And I'm not running with anybody else. I'm running against also an incumbent that's here, Richie Bogiano. So why this harassment? So I'm glad you asked that question, and I'm glad to share this truth with everybody. So tomorrow when your daughters and your wives and your girlfriends want to run for city council, and they go through the same thing, remember someone went through it before. But those reports will be released soon. Thank you.
Are you saying that you think that your donors are going to get harassed?
Absolutely. Right now, businesses on Newark Avenue that support me are being paid visits to by opposition candidate teams and been asked to contribute to their campaigns and stop supporting me, take down my signs, take down my banners. India Square is a minority business district. I'm an Indian American. I ask you, why this discrimination? Why? Because I'm brown, because I'm minority, because I'm a woman? Okay. I'm as Jersey City as any of you, and I have every intention to run. I'm not going to break down. I'm not going to back down. My house, my personal mailbox, even last Saturday was broken into. I filed 5 complaints with the Jersey City Police. What is this harassment for? I'm not going to back down. I was the second candidate in Jersey City to get certified. I will continue this race.
Will you release your donor list before the election?
Yes, sir. That's a promise.
Okay.
It's against the law. Yeah.
Next question is for Mr. Hanasak. Mr. Hanasak, at a recent candidate forum, You told audience members that you agreed with Councilman Bogiano on reopening the Journal Square redevelopment plan, increasing police enforcement of traffic violations, and boosting education on pedestrian safety. Can you explain why, if you agree with him on critical issues, that voters should choose you instead of him?
Well, one, when we talk about increasing fines and things like that, what I said was in conjunction with street redesign. I didn't say exclusively police enforcement. And in regard to that, street redesign, it provides a more consistent, safe environment for pedestrians, drivers, and bicyclists, as opposed to having police out there issuing the tickets. You have drivers and the like passing the word out to their friends about, hey, watch out for this area, they're giving tickets. Then they start focusing on another area. It's just not realistic for police to be the complete answer for that. The other two were what again?
Well, the question was, you agreed with him on a number of critical issues at that forum. So the question is, why should voters choose you over him if you agree with him on these issues?
Well, again, I didn't exactly agree with him when it came to the police. The other two issues were what again, though?
The Journal Square redevelopment plan and boosting education on pedestrian safety. After his answers at this forum, you said, I agree with Rich, and then proceeded to give your answer.
Well, fact of the matter is, when it comes to bicyclists being out there, there needs to be education on all fronts when it comes to safety, whether it's pedestrians, bicyclists, drivers. We need to make sure that everyone knows what rules that they're supposed to be following. As far as why voters should vote for me as opposed to somebody else, I believe my approach is more of a holistic approach. It's more of an approach where we cover all of our bases. We're thinking more ahead as opposed to just in the moment. So that's how I would answer that as far as why folks should vote for me as opposed to Rich.
Okay. The next question is for Ms. Chevres. You have a demanding full-time job that members of your own team has said makes you difficult to reach during the day. How would you balance that job with what is essentially a second full-time job with only a part-time aide to help?
Well, first of all, I would have an aide that would be assisting me in during the day while I'm at my full-time job. I would set up some sort of way of how this person can communicate with me in case that I'm really needed. I do have this full-time job and I can balance my schedule. Some folks are having a hard time probably finding me now because I don't really know why they're looking for me. If they tell me exactly in a text or an email, then I would be able to get back to them if it's something that it's really needed. Otherwise, I feel that it can be they can wait till I get out at 5 o'clock.
Okay, same question for the other two challengers. How would you juggle your current duties in current jobs with an additional full-time job? We'll start with Rekha Nandwani.
So I've juggled a lot in the past. I have a 2-year-old. When I began this campaign, she was 1 and change. My commitment to Jersey City has never wavered. When I won the committee seat, which was 8 years ago, it was the same story then. Since then, I have dove into elections, head first. I've dove into mayoral races, I've dove into Board of Education races and some state races. When I commit 200%. That means my family gets much less of me versus people outside the house. And that means that I work for collective good of everyone here in Jersey City and beyond. So I'm absolutely committed to that. I've done it in the past. I don't sleep much. I juggle everything very well. I will continue to do that. I'm organized. And I trust myself and keep my head on my shoulders, and I will not let any of you down. Thank you.
Mr. Hanasak, same question.
Well, for me, when I win city council, I would be leaving my resident response center job. So although the salary of a city council really is reflective of a part-time job, I would most certainly be able to treat it as a full-time job every day in my council office, working on whatever issues that I need to address. And I would still have time to play my father role with my two kids, as well as still be able to juggle the rest of my family life with my wife. So I'm in a great position in my eyes as far as being able to ensure that I give a council seat 110% every day of the week, 24/7, 365.
Okay, next question's for Councilman Bogiano. Councilman, you've often expressed annoyance that the administration has ignored your requests for legislation like the no-knock registry or initiatives like a bike share program. Why should voters re-elect you instead of electing someone who is better at working with administration officials to achieve goals?
Because, Terrence, I've gotten many other issues passed behind the scenes, working with some of the council people. I mean, the bike issue, you're talking about a political issue back 4 years ago, okay? And I worked with...
Well, you brought it up at the last forum.
Yeah, I did, right.
Program.
I brought up the bike, I had an original bike share program which was used by other major cities. It was turned down. So they turned it down. They brought in Citibank, right? I worked with people on the council, even though I disagree with most of them a lot of the time. And I'll tell you this. You asked me a question, or they asked me a question at the last thing. Well, do I get along with Philip or Massacudas? I'll work with anybody who cares about the community, cares about the people, and cares about Jersey City, because those things matter. If you are interested in outside interests, other areas of government, then I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to stick up for the principles I believe in. And, you know, Terrence, and this whole thing here, I hope you have some questions on education, because we're losing people in this city. A lot of families in my area and this Ward C are moving out of Jersey City because of educational problems.
Okay, next question's for Mr. Hanasak. Critics of the mayor accuse his council allies of being rubber stamps for administration initiatives. How can you assure voters that if both of you are elected in November, you would vote in Ward C's best interests and not because the administration needs your vote?
Well, first of all, I would like to point to earlier this year where the primary took place in the assembly race. I supported Kristen Zadroga Hart, whereas the administration supported it was Angela McKnight and Nick Ciavolati. And as we stand here today, I'm now on the ticket. So obviously, at least to me, disagreeing with the administration, I really don't think would be an issue when the time comes where I have to vote my conscience on any legislation or speak my mind on anything that's going on that has a negative impact on all of Ward C. So I'm 110% confident that I will be able to make sure that anything and everything that I do is in the best interest of all of Ward C.
Can you name one administration initiative over the last 4 years that you would have voted against? Something that's come before the council?
This administration?
Correct.
At the moment, no, I can't think of anything.
There is a mayoral race in addition to the council races. We'll start with Janet. Who do you support in the mayoral race and why? Obviously, you're on the slate of one of the mayoral candidates, but for those voters who are watching who don't know.
Well, I support Bill Massacudas. Why do I support him?
Correct.
Because Bill Massacudas, he has put together a team that really does care about Jersey City. We are all residents of Jersey City. We've been here for many years. I can see him making a real change in Jersey City. There is just so much that needs to work on, and he is the person that will follow through with what he says he will do. He's not coming in as of, I will do X, Y, and Z, and then disappear in 2 years to do other things, and then try to come back and get back on the ticket to run again.
Okay, same question, John Hanasek.
Well, for me, Mayor Phillip, I think he's best positioned to move Jersey City forward. A lot of initiatives that he's been putting through. I think based on my conversations with him over the years, I think I can disagree with him, talk through the issues, and be able to come to a consensus on how to move forward on these issues. As far as the initiatives, City Bike, I think has been a great initiative. There's been some dissent there, but you have to look at the numbers. Over 50,000 rides annually, you have over 3,000 members. That's a lot of instances where cars are not on the road in a city where we have a lot of issues with traffic. So imagine all of these folks, instead of on bikes, being in their car, or if these folks don't have cars, they're in buses, making the buses even more congested and having issues with folks not being able to get on the bus and complaints there. That there's a lot of issues that have been put through with parks. Berry Lane, great park, I think. That's helped that side of the city. Pershing Field. Been a lot of good work there. Still some more work to do, of course. And again, with the affordable housing, the administration has been working very hard to add to the affordable housing inventory, as well as the workforce inventory. So all of those things, at least for me, make Mayor Phillip a good partner for the city of Jersey City to be able to move things forward. And certainly, if there's some sort of a disagreement, someone that I could sit down and work through those issues as well.
Rick and Andwani, same question.
So currently, Mayor Phillip is the front runner in this mayoral race. I've worked with him in the past, I've worked with prior administrations, and I will continue to work with future administrations. Currently, he's the best position to win this race. Should somebody else win the race, Bill Massagutis, I'll work with him as well. But currently, Mayor Phillip is best positioned to move us forward. So I will, continue to work with him. I've worked with him in the past. We don't agree all the times. I'm not a yes girl. He knows that very well. And you all know I'm not on the ticket. So I'm certainly not a yes girl. But I speak my mind. I logically look at things, and I will, vote on things very reasonably with a logical mind, keeping the residents first, and always putting the communities here in Jersey City first.
So you do support him over Bill Massagutis? See Phillip
Yes.
over Bill Massagutis?
Yes.
Rich Bojano, same question.
Terrence, that's a question that's up to the people of Jersey City. Whoever wins either one, I'm going to work with if it's for the benefit of the community and the benefit of the people. I handle all 6 wards, basically. I'm there 5 days a week in City Hall. I know the feelings of the people throughout the city. I worked for the city for 36 years. Unfortunately, I'm retired. I spent sometimes 50 hours a week on this job. So whoever wins, wins. And as long as they work and do the right thing, that's up to the people of Jersey City who they elect.
So you don't want to say who you support?
No, I'm not saying. I'm independent. Why should I come out and say who I support? It's not a question. It's not up to me. It's up to the people of Jersey City. Over the next month, I may change my mind and I may make a decision. I like both candidates. I know them both for years and years. So we'll see. But
Okay. Well, we're almost out of time, actually, so we're going to move to closing statements. And Rich Bojano, Councilman Bojano, you'll go first.
You want me to go first, Terrence?
Well, you went last time.
Yeah, I know. Look, I've been around for 4 years. I'm down in City Hall, as I said, every day. I've helped numerous seniors. I've fought for what is right for the people. I'm independent. I'm going to stay independent. I've worked with Michael Young on the council. What we need here in Jersey City is 4 or 5 independents on the council. People that are not just going to say yes, yes, yes. People that are going to be dedicated to the communities, dedicated to seeing the city prosper. We have a long way to go. We have a lot of issues here in this city, and over the next 4 years, we need change, and the change has to come. We're seeing change in Ward C and Journal Square. We're seeing change with Pershing Field. We're getting parks. We're getting, hopefully, we're getting a food store, and we're getting numerous things coming into Jersey City. And I want to continue this, and I want to see these things. And by the way, I want to see the Loews Theater finished, and I want to. It's got to be finished. And our educational system, something has to be done, because too many people are moving out of Jersey City because of the educational system, and it's a shame. We just lost a family on my block with 3 kids, moved out. We lost another family a couple blocks away with 2 kids, moved out to South Jersey because of education. They can't afford the private schools, and they don't want to send their children to the public schools.
Okay, next is Rekha Nandwani.
I come to you as a fresh face here. I'm running independent by choice. I am a Democrat. Open disclosure, I'm running independent by choice, so that when I get elected tomorrow, the residents are my boss. I'm not a yes go. I will always continue to put you first and keep your interests at heart. And that's the only reason for running. Currently, it is challenging with 2 kids. We had a family discussion before I decided to run. There were a lot of community representatives that came to me from various communities and sought change and thought that I was best positioned to represent them and run. And we made the decision, the family sacrifice. I cut back a lot of work hours. So actually, we are financially sacrificing. We're putting in a lot of time. It's a grassroots campaign. And like I mentioned before, Terrence asked me that question. There's been a lot of intimidation, harassment, breaking into my secured mailbox multiple times, threatening calls with my children's names, 2 and 12 again. We didn't waver down. We were the 2nd candidate in Jersey to get certified. So I will continue this, and anything I start, I always finish. I always finish with flying colors. I will continue to represent your interests first before any political agenda. I'm not a politician. I'm a resident that has a track record of effective change. So with me, you will get the effective change that you're seeking. I heard Councilman Bogiano mention the supermarkets in the Pershing Field. Some clarification. Pershing Field initiative was started by a mom's group. I'll be happy to share that with the media as well. I was one of the moms that went to City Council in front of the entire council then, specifically Councilman Gohan, and we had presented pictures of the small kids park. We started to ask for that change when my older one, she's 12 now, she was nearly 3 years old. So she outgrew being able to use that little kid's playground. My younger one, Maya, too, however, is in a good position to use that park today. So there's a lot of work that residents do, and it goes to City Council for approval. So just because City Council signs on it doesn't mean they own it. They sign on it, yes, but the residents have worked on it. So I think I look forward to working with residents and giving credit where credit's due. So please, November 7th, come out, show support, community first. I'm on ballot position 1C. Thank you.
John Hanasak, next.
Almost 10 years ago, my wife and I bought our house over on Highland Avenue. And at that point, it's my belief that I found my true life mission. And that's to help everyone and anyone in the community. And most recently, being an employee of the Resident Response Center, I've been able to help even more people. At this point now, you see one of the faces on the other side of that phone call, and that's mine. Want everyone to know that this would not be a job for me, that this would be my passion. Something that I feel I can live, breathe, day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. So I want you folks to know that for years, I've been a community advocate, helping you through your problems. And most recently, as an employee of the Resident Response Center, I've been able to do more. And as councilman, I could do even more for all of Ward C. So November 7th, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote for me, and make sure you vote 3C. Thank you very much for watching tonight, and have a good night.
Janet Chevers.
I am the person that lives next door, your next door neighbor, that is just there to help you in the community. I've been doing this for a while, and it's something that I feel that I can make a difference by doing all the things that need to be done. When a person knocks on your door and says, can you help me with this? I just feel that having that opportunity to be on the council, I am just a step closer to help that one person, the community, whoever it is that is in need. I will do whatever I need. I am not just going as others. I am not a puppet. I do voice what I feel, and if I agree, I agree. If I don't agree, then I will not agree. But I will be there for the people. I will be there drawing what I'm doing right now, which is campaigning, and after I get elected. Vote for me, 7C, 7 for Lucky 7, C for Chevres, and Ward C. Thank you for watching.
Great. I think I just got a signal that we have time for one question. You want to do that? Okay, so we just did closing, but we have time for one more question, so why don't we do that? We haven't touched on public safety. So we'll start with John Hanasak. Do you want to describe crime in Ward C, what you think the crime situation is, and what actions you would take as a council person to increase public safety?
Well, first, at this point, I already have good relationships with the captains in Ward C. I have a very fluid relationship where I can reach out to them, explain to them what's going on, and ensure that that they're out there addressing the issues that are happening day in and day out. One of the things that I would be championing would be to help folks get block associations. I'm a firm believer that a safer neighborhood has a block association. In the event that in my conversations with each of the captains, if they feel that they don't have the resources they need, by all means, I'd be reaching out to or the director of public safety, as well as the mayor, telling them that we need more resources, and whatever the specifics that are provided to me, I have no issue with demanding whatever's needed, if the case may be. At the end of the day, public safety is paramount to me. It's paramount to all of the residents of Ward C.
Okay, Rekha Nandwani, same question.
So this is a very special question that hits home really hard. In 2005, we moved homes. So we moved a few blocks over, but I noticed a lot of activity on the block. And at that point, I didn't know, as a minority woman, if I were to contact the JCPD, if they would respond. I didn't have any relations then. This was 2004 again. So I reached out to the then Governor Corzine, who I had, connected with in my student days. And the next morning, I found the rank and file at my door looking for me. And they did help clean up Jefferson Avenue really good. So since that day, I've continued to work with JCPD, and I've built relationships since 2004. Currently, I run Jefferson Avenue Neighborhood Association. I'm the president. And every time we have certain kind of activities, such as home break-ins or say muggings, then we continue to have meetings and report that to JCPD North. I will continue to do that, advocate more for that, but a lot of minorities that live in the city don't realize that the minute a crime happens, you need to report it.
Okay, thank you for that. We just ran out of time, so thank everybody, and have a good night.